Summer 2025 on Roblox has been rough. Between Rainbow Slop like Steal a Brain Rot, Grow a Garden, Steal a Labubu, and the timeless classic Steal a 99 Nights in the Forest, there's been nothing normal to play, but that might finally be changing. We've been waiting all year for games like Rell Seas, Holy War X, and even RogueBlox to drop. And guess what? Roblox is finally out. If you haven't heard of it, RogueBlox is a permadeath RPG inspired by Rogue Lineage with some serious deep Woken vibes. A couple weeks ago, we even got a full Roblox Direct showing off gameplay and revealing the release date, which just so happens to be today. So is summer finally saved? Is Roblox actually worth playing? Or is it just an overhyped nothing burger? Let's find out. Alright, first thing, you need to customize your character. You get a random race. I personally got a cactus, and honestly, I would say it is good in my opinion. You can also pick your outfit. You can't pick your weapon, and then you can pick a town. I chose the first one, you should probably too. And then you can spend 80 Robux to change your race, which only gives you a chance at getting a good race because it's actually spinning, which I probably would not do because you would actually need to have hella Robux to even have a chance at getting something good. The customization is simple, but I would say it is good, except that later on is when you choose your class. You don't choose your class in the customization screen. Since I joined the game right on release, everyone was at spawn at the same time, so there was obviously a massive fight. A lot of y'all thought that permadeath games, no one's gonna be PvPing in the first 7 days of its release, but what happened in this game in my server was a little different. Everyone was fighting each other. As soon as you load in, you're gonna have a tutorial, which is basically this little window on the top left. I would say it is a really good tutorial because at least this game has one. A lot of games don't even have a tutorial, which I don't know why. They're literally gonna have 0 players if they don't have a tutorial, but this game has a tutorial, and I would say it is actually quite good. Although it has a lot of reading, you actually have to read. I don't know if people who play Grow a Garden can do that. The mechanics this game has that the tutorial teaches you are aerial, sliding and jumping, dashing, and uppercuts. It also has mana and mana shields. It's the same as from the movie which I watched, but the one thing this game doesn't have is parrying. Instead, it has blocks and perfect blocks, which still takes skill. It's still good, but it's just not a parry based game like Deep Woken. The first thing you should probably do, which the game doesn't directly tell you with an arrow like in every single Brain Dead game, is get a class. Now, one thing I hate from the bottom of my heart about this game is when you go to get a class, there's so much climbing. Like, it was so hard to climb up this mountain, and they deliberately placed it in the worst spot that you can get to. Like, I was struggling for minutes to climb up this mountain, and when I finally did, there was a bridge there which I hoped I could cross to get to the Colosseum to get a sword class. Guess what? The bridge was broken in half. Like, bro. So what I did, I tried to jump over, but I fell down. But I didn't know at the time that was actually the right way. It was just a little hard. So I went around the whole place 2 times. That whole thing took me 10 minutes until I said I'm done with this, and I tried to jump again, and I finally did it. However, it was a pain to even climb up the Colosseum. I had to climb up this or whatever this statue is, and I barely did it. It was so annoying. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not want this changed. If I had to suffer to get my class, everyone else will in the future. What would have helped though is if they had a ladder or something, so I could have actually climbed that place up instead of doing that goofy parkour. That's nitpicking though. The first part of my game experience, I spent most of it mining. That might have just been me though. I might have been stupid, but actually I got good armor off of it, and I just kept doing these quests. I saw no one doing it, but I thought it was actually OP. It was literally just mining a few rocks, and that meant getting like 120 silver, which is a lot. With that, you could have probably bought a lot of iron weapons. You could have bought beginner chest plate, all of that, which then prepared me to actually do quests. Now, don't get me wrong, that is not the first time I ever did a quest. I did a 2-star quest with bro when I didn't even have a sword, which ended with us getting our life wiped, and sometime later, we got jumped by 2 bums who somehow ended up killing us, so now I'm on 1 life. And the game didn't even incentivize them to fight us. There were no void walkers. They were just bums who wanted to fight us. Now, I do think the quests are good. There's quite a bit of them, and I think there's quest boards for every area. So when we fought these bandits, they were all extra skilled. Like, all of them were perfect blocking, perfect dodging, uppercutting. Like, they were real NPCs. They were not trolling. At some point, I even thought some of them were real players. That might have been a skill issue for me though. Now, they were fightable at the point of progression where I was, except that there was these NPCs which were a part of the group that I was supposed to help fight against the bandits, but I didn't know that, so I tried fighting trying him, which ended up with me almost getting wiped. And it ruined my character's reputation for that group. I have to say, even though this game doesn't have pairing, it does have really skillful PvE and finding NPCs. It is not no due to infinite or block threats. You actually have to perfect block, you actually have to mana block, which I never did for some reason. You really have to uppercut, you have to down slam. It really takes a lot of skill. I'm not capping. They were not lying in the movie. Now, one thing about this game that actually shocked me, probably 90% of y'all don't know this, but I saw this video and apparently in RogueBlox you can sell your things for actual Robux to other players. I really thought this was not allowed by Roblox. I think this was against TOS, but apparently it works in RogueBlox. You can sell your items, you can put them up for actual Robux, so other players in the server or in the whole game globally can buy your things for actual Robux, which connects to your game passes. It's like a whole new universe of possibilities in RogueBlox. So if this game ever gets taken down, just know why. Now I actually hope that does not happen, because RogueBlox I actually think saved Roblox 2025 summer. It's really the only game right now that I actually enjoy playing, because everything else out there is steal a tung 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 sahur, or steal a boo boo, or grow a car, grow a YouTuber. Like at this point, there's nothing you can't grow or steal. Like the current Roblox is getting taken over by iPad kids, and if you're saying RogueBlox is the worst game, it's very bad. You're an iPad kid. You're some iPad kid type. This is not the only game that you're supposed to release this summer. I know Kaizen 2 is supposed to release too. What else is there? Beyond Nen is also supposed to release. Oh, Type Soul is also supposed to release. But RogueBlox, I think it's genuinely a good game. It's apparently inspired by Rogue Lineage and Deepwoken, and I'ma just say I never played Rogue Lineage. I played Deepwoken though, and I can see the resemblance. It has a lot of things Deepwoken has. It has a similar vibe. The graphics is similar. Permadeath. The game started off with 30k players. Right now it has 23k 6 hours later, which is still good. Permadeath games, it doesn't really matter when the player count goes down a little, because you know there's always gonna be those dedicated players. They're gonna just keep creating new slots and just rerunning the game, especially when it's a permadeath game. When it's a permadeath game, it's always gonna have players who are just gonna keep playing it no matter what. If I'm being honest though, they should for sure change their thumbnail on Roblox. I do not like it. If I saw that, I probably would not click. It looks a little too niched. One reason why I actually appreciate this game and the dev team is because the game actually released. Like, you never hear a Roblox game or Roblox developers who actually release their game when they say they will. Like, you know what happened to RuneSlayer? They said it was gonna release that day. They delayed it by 2 weeks, and they never said anything until the exact hour the game was supposed to release. Like, were they trying to rage bait all of us? This game, on the other hand, is probably the first that actually had a humble release. Like, they actually released the game the exact minute they said it was gonna release a week ago. Like, they were not playing. And the best part is, I encountered 0 bugs. Have you ever heard that? No, in RuneSlayer. I hope every other Roblox game from now on releases the exact second they're first supposed to release, because the devs should know that everyone who wants to play the game is waiting 5 minutes before it releases to actually play it the minute it releases, because Roblox players don't have a life. Anyways, I had to speedrun yap about this game and be the first one to make the video. Tell me in the comments what you think about RogueBlox. I actually think it's a really good game. Also, like and subscribe, and see you all in the next one.